Uganda is one of the most beautiful places I've ever been. The scenery there is amazing. Everything I saw there was just fascinating. But it was a long time to get there. It took us 2 days of solid flying, first to Dubai and then to Entebbe, just to get to Uganda. And then we boarded up in some Land Rovers and headed out for 2 more days of driving.
We drove for hours and hours, and we passed all these different little towns, and the colorfulness of the towns was very striking. You could see each of the businesses were painted in the color of their sponsoring entity, like a lot of red for a Coca-Cola company, or blue for a cell phone company, or yellow for transferring money. There was just all these vibrant colors in all the shops, and the people would be bustling about doing their trading and their shopping, and all congregated on the main road. Very, very different than the way you would see strip malls or something in our country.
So, well, the first day was on paved roads, the second day wasn't. It was dirt roads for over 300 miles, or at least it seemed like 300 miles, and traveling all day, starting out with fairly nice dirt roads. By the end of the trip, we were on some pretty rough stuff, some stuff that had never seen a grader, and it was an adventure, to say the least. Thank goodness we had four-wheel drive.
One of the things we were really looking forward to on this trip was being able to interact with some of the Batwa pygmies. They're the main reason that Dr. Kellerman came to Bwindi, Uganda, and the work that they're doing out there in the pygmy settlements is something we really wanted to see. And we thought we'd traveled hard roads and difficult distances before with the plains and the dirt roads and everything. Well, this time we were actually kind of four-wheeling down the side of a mountain to get to this Batwa pygmy settlement. And it was fascinating once we got there to see the houses and the huts they're living in. You can't really call them houses, they're more like huts. But we gathered with them, and then we listened while the staff from the nursing school instructed them about safe sex practices, the importance of preventing HIV infection, and the importance of taking care of their health. And then after the instruction, right there in this jungle, we actually participated with them in getting HIV testing done. In fact, Dr. Gloria Arriaga from the Reno Central Rotary Club participated and drew blood samples. She was there right there with the medical staff drawing blood. And then in the jungle, they actually did the testing and were able to tell the Batwa right then and there whether or not they were HIV positive. And in fact, 2 of them that we interacted with were HIV positive. But you know, it's not the death sentence that it used to be. Even in Africa and even in a primitive community like a pygmy settlement, if they get the treatment and if they go to the hospital and take the medicines, they will live full lives. So that was very encouraging.
So after we got done seeing the Batwa pygmies, we got back to the nursing school. This nursing school is another state-of-the-art facility that really just kind of comes out of nowhere. You're driving down a dirt road, you turn a corner, and all of a sudden here you are with multiple brand new buildings. It has state-of-the-art technology provided by Rotary. It has furnishings that you would find here in the United States. It was just very, very well done. When we arrived, however, people were gathering for a symposium that Jerry Hall was putting on. This symposium was designed to attract nurses and nursing teachers to the area so that they could see that even though Bwindi is so remote, in such a remote area, they can come to a modern facility and they can teach in a modern facility. So I think the symposium was a tremendous success.
We were very fortunate that we ran into Dr. Kellerman at the nursing symposium, and he generously offered to give us a personalized tour of the hospital. So we went over to the hospital and we were just amazed at what was going on over there and what we were able to see. It is just an impressive facility for the fact that they are able to do surgeries within 15 minutes from the call of a distressed woman in childbirth and needing a surgical intervention, to the hostel where the women stay before they're giving birth so that they're not in an emergency situation. It was clean, it was modern, it was a jewel of the jungle is, I guess, the best way I could describe it. We were able to hold some of the newborn babies. My daughter held one of the babies. Gloria Arriaga held one of the babies. And then Dr. Kellerman pointed out to us how much Rotary has contributed both to the nursing school and the hospital. Yes, they have other donors. Lots of people from throughout the world have given generously to this good cause, totally worthy cause, but so much of it is provided by Rotary. Rotary was everywhere on this trip. We saw evidence of what Rotary is doing and the influence of Rotary International everywhere we went. There were so many projects that Rotary was involved with, not just the nursing school and the hospital, but beside those school and hospital campus is a project with goats. So they're teaching them more about animal husbandry and using the milk in the hospital. There were just signs of Rotary everywhere, and I was so thrilled that my kids were with me on this trip, because they hear me talk about Rotary and they hear me talk about the things that Rotary does, but they were really moved by seeing what Rotary does and seeing the international component of Rotary in our projects.